Hey, what's up, guys? As always, welcome back to the channel. It's good to see everybody again. All right, so I think you guys are really going to enjoy this video right here, man, specifically because it kind of just came to me out of nowhere, and I'm really excited to talk about it. So stay tuned, guys. I'm about to get right into it, I swear. I just want to say that right when I finished walking around the lake a couple times, it just hit me that I wanted to talk to the family real quick about really examining our lives, right? What is the exact reason why we're here, right? What is the meaning? What is our purpose of existence, of having to experience a reality such as the one we're living in right now? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, y'all, because I'm really excited about this one. So let's go ahead and hop into it, okay? All right, so the honest reason, guys, why I believe that we're here is all like this karmic cycle thing, right? Like how, the Buddhas, the monks, out there in Tibet, in those beautiful places there and stuff like that, right? They talk about reincarnation, which is like really such just an amazing, beautiful piece of art to me, but in a spiritual sense, because when you think about it, our life is continuous, right? Our life is continuous for infinity, right? And it occurred to me that, over these last couple years, right? It just occurred to me over time up until this very point right now, this very present moment, that there's nothing I can really do to change my life in a sense to where I can change it, or I'm talking about, I can just change the way that I'm going to die, right? If my higher self already written out the way it wants to die at the time it wants to die around the certain people it wants to die, then that's just what I have to live with, right? I can't change that. That right there is something I'm talking about we can't change. But when it comes to changing like little things in our lives to make it a little bit easier over time, as time passes, a little bit smoother, not so, reckless in a way, in a sense, if that's how you want to put it. And excuse me if that's not the way you guys would put it. I'm just trying to come up with how I would see it, right? How I view it. But anyways, just the fact that we live on even after this life, man, is really nice to know. And I find it to be like really, really comforting in a sense, because especially if you guys are someone who's like really, really into family, right? And you really appreciate your family and them just being in your very presence, right? And the memories you have with them. I just think it's just so beautiful, man, to know. And so it's just such a righteous feeling that it gives me to know that my loved ones are still going to pass on even after I go. But I'm talking about in the sense that we're all still going to eventually reunite as like that one same family again, right? It's just that in the next lives that come, and then the next life, and then the next life, we're all just going to slightly just alter, look a bit different. Our lives are going to play out a little bit differently, right? And like I said, as always, guys, I got to say it, because if it wasn't for Bro Sanchez, my elder, much love and respect to him as always, and everyone else as well who's gave me and taught me this knowledge. That's who and where I learned it from. So if you guys are not familiar with him, go and check out Bro Sanchez's channel. It's the truth, and I'll leave it at that. All right. So moving on with what I was just conversating with you guys about it's just the fact that you shouldn't fear things like death. You shouldn't fear things in your life that are gonna, you think, make your life a disaster, right? When in reality, it may just be simply wanting to teach you a lesson that you just simply haven't learned yet, or that you've, failed too many times where it keeps getting repeated to you until you pick it up, right? Pick that lesson up and then understand it, and then fix your mistake, so that when that problem again occurs later on in your life, which it always will for all of us, even in the next lives after this one, to simply try to help you avoid making that same mistake, right? Get it? So I'm at a point now in my life, guys, to where it's just, why worry about small things, little things that really won't matter at the end of the day? Because if it has nothing to do with getting you to your highest state of being, right? That crown chakra, getting you out the body, you understanding and grasping the concept of knowing that you are God in your own right, in your own way. We all are gods, and that you are the light, right? You are the one who's in that cinema theater projecting, right, what you're viewing on that big screen, right? You are the projector, man. And that's something that we all have to come to realize eventually at some point in our lives. And it's okay to know that, okay, well, as long as you guys will someday get it, for those of you who don't, eventually in time you will, right? But it's nothing to stress over and worry over, right? Because your time will come. Everyone's time eventually will come, not just physically, like money wise or anything like that in a sense, but spiritually, right? To where you look at life as more than just, constantly slaving yourself, doing the things that you aren't even aware of that are possibly keeping you held back in life, right? Keeping you from elevating, right? Instead of feeling depressed and upset and feeling nothing but agony and grief and anger, rage, right? Putting yourself in a state of gluttony if you're someone who loves eating, which at one point I loved eating, guys. That's me exposing myself, right? But I've gained discipline and self-control over time, so now that's not really a problem anymore for me. But for those of you who do deal with that, you will get through it. I promise. I swear to God you will. You just have to believe in yourself, man. That's it. So, but anyways, now moving back on to what I was saying earlier, guys. You shouldn't have any worries in your life, right? You shouldn't think that paying a light bill or a water bill is going to be something that's just going to keep you from moving on, right? Because every life after the previous one is always going to give you a better experience, right? Your life is always going to play out so much better, right? So you have to comfort yourself in knowing, man, that, okay, well, maybe he's right. But other than just outright believing what I'm saying, not that what I'm saying I think is wrong. I'm just saying, you guys always go do your own research, right? At this point, everyone should know that by now, but not everyone does. So I'm just reminding anyone who doesn't know that always take everything with a grain of salt. But always don't assume that everything does not have some truth to it. Just take what resonates. And if the rest doesn't, just set it aside until later on. If you think that that's a missing piece of the puzzle actually that I was looking for earlier, then attach that piece to that unfinished puzzle, and then there you go. To simply put in, a much simpler way of putting it, right? But anyways, at the end of the day, guys, don't let little things, in this earthly, human, fleshy form, take more control over the reality that you're still seeing on a day-to-day basis every day when you wake up, simply because you think that that's something that is more important than your life and your true mission for being here, right? And that's all I'm saying. And I find that very profound, man. And I'm not saying that I want to live my life like a bum and just not be anybody. I'm just saying, in a sense, guys, I understand that my spiritual self needs more care than my physical self. Or if it is in some way, shape, or form possible to mold, both of them into one, and then focus on both individually, but almost in a conscious sense, like you're still doing it, just controlling both of them. From that hive mind point, right? And if that is a possible thing, then hey, maybe someone's figured it out. Maybe it is possible. I don't know. For me, I feel like it is, because I get feelings sometimes like I've done it before, right? But the main objective in life, guys, is to find out why you're here, right? Find out why you're here. And you got to ask yourself that question: why am I here? Right? Or maybe I did put that wrong. Excuse me. Who am I? And why am I here? What is my purpose for being here? What is my mission? What have I come here to accomplish in this life, right? And when you ask these questions, guys, when you ask these kind of questions, everyone, in a sense, somewhere in your subconscious mind, it's reminding you that, oh yeah, I forgot there was something inside of me that was telling me that there is a reason why I'm here. There is a road that I'm meant to take in my life that's going to lead me to the direct point of where it all began, right? That true understanding, what they call it, that true understanding, right? That's when you achieve true enlightenment, is when you get to the very top of, of that step pyramid, right? To that light. Because the light's at the top. You start off at the bottom. You got to make your way up top. Get it, guys? So when you think of it like that, think of your life in the sense that, think of your life in a way to where over time, if you don't get it the first time, then you can always be given another chance to start over, right? If you don't get it the first time, guys, and if you don't get it in this life, you will be given a chance, and then you will reincarnate and come back to eventually get the lesson. And if not, then reincarnation will keep occurring until you finally, get it, right? Until you figure it out. Your purpose, what they call it. Your reasoning of being here. Why you're even alive to begin with. What are you meant to do here? What is your main mission, right? You're going to have side missions, but you got one big main mission that you have to focus on. And right now in all of our lives, I'm pretty sure that's where we're at. There's still a lot of people out there, guys, who are lost. But I'm talking about just lost in the sense of where they don't exactly know where they're going or what to do in life. And at the end of the day, over time, if they ask themselves some kind of questions like what I was referring to you guys earlier, then you'll be led on that path to where these answers will start coming to you, and you'll start figuring it out over time. You'll be put in different situations and scenarios, and the outcomes will all be different, according to how you react, how you respond, because these things are important, guys, right? We are very magnetic in nature, right? We are electrical beings. Credit to the elder, by the way, bro, Sanchez. I got that from him, from his live stream that he did about Nikola Tesla and free electricity. You guys go check that live stream out on his channel. It's an old video, so you might have to kind of look for it, but it's very enlightening. Seriously, you guys go check it out. You'll learn a lot, I promise. Now, moving forward, I just think it's important to really know this, guys, and understand that we are so much more than what we think we are, right? I mean, if you guys look at me, I'm not perfect, man. I grew up having acne on my face. I'm almost close to freaking my late 20s, man. I'm getting there, right? And I still get the stuff every now and again, right? But you have to look at life as more than just what you look like, what your job is, how much money you're making. Yeah, sure. In this reality, I get it, guys. We need money. It's inevitable that we're going to need money to simply what they put it in their terms, survival mode, right? I get it. But I don't let things like this hold me back and stop me from focusing on what I really find the most important, at least in my life now, my spiritual development. And I think that's what's really going to carry me on and really keep me safe and protected in a guided and righteous sense and light to where I truly am meant to be and where I need to be and with who I need to be with. And with that being said, guys, it's the same thing with you. It's the same thing with everyone else out there, with you guys, your family members, everyone y'all know, close friends. Everyone eventually needs to make their way up to the top of that pyramid, right? Where that light is at. Or if you want to put in different terms and other than using like pyramids, there's all going to be that point in our lives, guys, where you'll finally realize, wow, I'm so close to that light. I can feel it, right? It's kind of giving me a tan, right? In a funny way, if you want to put it. But anyways, there's that point in our lives, guys, where we'll eventually get there. And it's going to take time, man. It's definitely going to take time, but it's going to be possible. At the end of the day, you just have to truly have, quote unquote, faith in yourself, right? Believe in yourself. Know that you will make it and that you will be all right. Even at the end, your family will be all right. You will be okay and you will make it. And with that being said, guys, this video is already going to take a very long time to upload. So if you guys made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. I know it was a lot, but I feel like this is probably my most enlightening video that I've ever made. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I seriously do. I hope everyone resonated with something that I mentioned in this video. And if not, that's okay. Maybe it's just not your time. And for those of you who did, thank you so much, guys. I hope it resonates. Peace and much love. Stay righteous and never stop fighting. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace and much love, family. Thank you so much for watching. I'm out.